the policy. I remember one thing, Edmond. I'm sorry that he said. He said we are not going to change the way these people that are selling things on the road, even though we know it is dangerous. But because we as government have not provided a place for them to be, we're going to create a place and will put them there. And you go to gate, for instance, there. Even when he has constructed that road, widen the road, he had to push the sellers back to behind the covert, because he knew that God had not been able to provide for them. Because these people are providing for themselves, we don't have to deprive them of this opportunity they have created for themselves. That is good thinking. That is governance. That is governance with countries. Unlike the one we're having at the federal, that you are coming up with a policy that you don't bother whose head is God. You don't bother what the masses are going through. You just go in there, mention, you don't care whoever dies. Now, let me ask a question, Edmond Asarando. If the president now eventually turned around Nigeria for good, and that's our prayer. What happened to people that have died because they could not afford hospital bills, because they could not feed their people, because the government has stifled their source of income? He has introduced. Look, any policy without compassion and human faith is not a policy to follow through. Thank you, Edmond. Good morning.
Thank you. Sadoe Modagbe is on State Affairs. Sadoe Modagbe is a multitask innovator, an entrepreneur, a peace and conflict expert. Mr. Modagbe, it's good to have you on State Affairs.
Yeah, good morning, Nigeria. I'm very happy to be here this morning.
You are an Afar, right?
Yes, in fact, Imam, also human rights activist. But people find it difficult to combine the two. But yet, it is necessary.
Is an Afar different from an Imam?
Yes, Imam is a leader who lead the congregation. Afar could just be somebody who just knowledgeable, and also it could be a teacher who teaches. Yes, but Imam is like a leader who controls the mosques, who lead the congregation.
You have been listening to the conversation.
Yes, I follow you while I was on the way.
So what do you think?
Yes, for instance, in the Holy Quran, the revolution, Surah to Quran 96, is about education. Ikra, cloth, C-L-O-T. Surah to Alaq, Quran 96, is about the first verse, Ikra. The Prophet was taught, the agent was saying, read the name of your Lord. Even 4 to 5, he said that Alezi Kalakal Isan, Alam al Isan Malayalam, that he created man and taught him by the use of the pen, taught man that which he knew not. So if we have this be revealed, so why are we be a faith state? As far as some people don't want to hear that, but to a certain level, we are failed as a country. Because this religion is everywhere. You have Muslim, Christian everywhere, but we are only theoretical. In real practice, it's like we are here terrorizing the theories, but the developer, they are the one doing the other side, the one supposed to be.
So why is it like that?
Is the soul, but that we are not actually transformed. We only have pleasure in saying all these things, but you come to practice. It's one thing to say you are religions, another thing to actually carry out those beliefs, those doctrines, apply the application. These are the problems we are facing.
Why are we unable to put into practice ideas that we have read as a society?
That can be traced to corruption, corrupt mind. It's that one in say A, B, C, D, you are doing X, Y, Z. Why is it that we all go to the mosque, we all go to churches and listen to God, even preaching it, but when you come to application, actually doing those things that we claim to understand, to practice, but we move away from there, we serve ourselves, we are self-service in a corrupt way. Just the greed, corrupt mind. So we derail from the real purpose of religion.
Islam preaches about peace, right?
Yes.
It preaches
honesty, whatever you can think of.
And Without justice, there can't be peace, right?
Exactly, yes. In fact, one of the name of Almighty Allah is Al-Adil, the just. Allah has 99 names in our whole philosophy, religion. And one of those 99 names is Al-Adil, the just. God is just.
So the conflict in Nigeria, in the north, in the southeast, can you trace it to injustice?
Yes, almost 70%. You see justice, because you have leaders who have the motive of coming to serve the people, but one day and there, they are busy serving themselves, exploiting, oppressing and exploiting the citizens.
You sent me an article entitled "Why Nigeria is Rich but Poor Nation." Why Nigeria is rich but poor nation?
Yes.
Why is it a poor nation?
You know, I discovered in my garden and the backyard in UI, I planted the tomatoes and found that despite all others have died, this one was very doing well. So I decided to start to water it. And this particular one, those were the clubs, has almost 40 fruits. So that motivated me. This thing can survive and can give so much. Just my backyard at the University of Ibadan. So meaning that we have more than enough agricultural soil, environment, climate that can make us feed ourselves and the world. But we are not maximizing the opportunity.
I want you to listen to this conversation with Dr. Chima Amadi, where we talked about education as a divine mandate. Education as a divine mandate. Let's go. You said education of a people is an ecclesiastical duty that must not be neglected.
Exactly, because I argued, again, I think convincingly, that whether you are Christian or Muslim, one thing that runs all through the holy books of these religious groups is the fact that there are continuous injunctions to educate your people, to educate the believers. Whether in the Bible, where I quoted from the book, a book in Colossians, or whether even it is in the Quran, where I argue that the first revelation that was given to Prophet Muhammad was the revelation by the angel Gabriel, according to Islamic text, to read, and that it was given to him the injunction was given to him 3 times. And if you follow Islamic religion very well, you understand that 3 means finality. So, for example, if you want to divorce your wife and you tell him, I divorce you, it's nothing. If you say it a second time, but when you say it a 3rd time, it is sealed. So, for angel Gabriel to order the prophet to read 3 times and to tell him that the purpose of reading is so that you can be taught by God. And I also explained the same thing in the Bible, where the Bible said that all scriptures is beneficial for teaching. So this therefore means that education is a godly mandate. It's an ecclesiastical injunction that must not be taken lightly.
So when you educate a people, you prepare them for development.
Exactly. Because you learn. You understand. Your horizon is opened.
You become innovative.
You become innovative. You become creative.
Like God.
Of course. Well, since we are made in God's image, you could say like God, but maybe not in the capacity of God, but we are made in God's image, so we could say like God.
So Africans are not thinking enough.
I think our leaders, not Africans, I say our leaders, the leadership group, are not thinking enough, because there are people too who have not found themselves in public space, that have the capacity to think critically and to effect change, but do not have the opportunity to be in public space.
So are you creating that opportunity for yourself?
Well, I believe that I have empowered myself enough, and still doing that, in terms of my learning, in terms of how I've trained myself, and developed myself. It is not left for the people to decide whether I'm worthy enough to serve them at a higher level.
You're waiting for the people?
The people will have to consciously make that decision. I can only place myself before them.
State Affairs with Edmondo Bilo is live.
Sado,
Yes, sir.
you listened.
Yes, quite attentive. That's a very good one. Excellent. He has said it all. So education is liberty. When anyone that is educated is liberated. Before.
But we have so many graduates everywhere. Because I was going to intervene. We have graduates being churned out every year.
Yes.
Are they not educated?
They are educated. Just university, we have graduated so many of them.
But they are poor.
Yes.
Why?
They are poor because they are also selfish. The greediness is there. Everybody.
The graduates are selfish?
Yes. Because everybody look at what he or she can exploit from the system, but not what one can give. That's another problem. Yes, we exploit the system at the detriment of our national interests.
Because I see graduates who come to meet me. They have education. Some of them have master's degree.
Yes.
It has even reached the point some have PhD.
Yes.
Yet they are poor and broke.
Exactly.
And I'm asking, I had to ask why. I said, why? What is the value of your education? He was looking at me. Why are you broke? Yet you have a master's degree. Why?
Yes. You know, people believe that there exists a system that you can exploit. For example, now, you know, politics has been the most lucrative business in Nigeria. And people do all sorts of things to make sure that they are there. And whereas the knowledge they have gotten supposed to impact on the system, because of the greediness and corrupt, everybody want to serve himself or herself. So there's little for everyone.
But can't society impoverish a PhD holder?
It's possible. It is possible.
It is possible.
Yes, when you have the system is not responsive enough to creating an enabling environment, like capacity to industrial revolution and development, those things.
No electricity.
Yes.
I want you to take a glance at Tinubu's economic, political, social, and security challenges.
Yes, sir. It's very critical because you see, I think we are now we hold our debt now. They say it's 138 trillion. So not too long now, every Nigeria will owe $1 million. What? Whereas even myself, I don't think I've received 1 million since I started investing. I'm serving 29 years now. I've not touched 1 million.
You've not touched 1 million?
Yes, whether by transfer, whatever. If not only that, they give the most money and they 3 point something, somebody donated to renovate the mosque, Abadina Mosque, where I'm at. Then 2 million was transferred to my account, so it can be transferred from there to do those things. I've not touched 1 million since almost 29 years in service.
29 years.
Yeah, so
you've not touched 1 million. That's a serious matter.
Yes, it's serious.
And there are so many Nigerians like that.
Yes, because you see, in peace and conflict, relative deprivation is what is affecting us. You have few people who are in government, politicians that have so much unexplained. We have the majority, over 90%, suffering.
But you have read so much. You have written so many research. I've read your research works.
Yes, sir.
And I have seen the ideas you propound.
Exactly.
And I'm beginning to question your inability to have 1 million.
Yes.
From your research work, you are a deep thinker.
Exactly.
So why is 1 million running away from you?
Because I'm not there yet. I'm still local player. If is it not you that normally bring me up to expose me? What I do? People are not listening. Now I've set aside for you for that, my dear. I have time for Nigeria, particularly Africa, because I'm very creative in terms of fighting corruption, creativity, giving out ideological that can help the country. So I develop so many things. No opportunity to actually to express myself.
Can't you create the opportunity using your knowledge?
That's where I am now. So to go to the next stage where I can expose myself for those who will be having interest to hear, so we can collaborate.
What can I do for you?
Yes, that to lend my voice to the world just as we are doing now.
Good.
Yes, you know, that's where I talk about Max Hofdecker innovation.
Yes.
When you look at the 3P, The first P is P-smart mediation, where I can serve people, mediate or conflict I can resolve. Even all these are for free. For 10 years now, going to be free service. Then you have public policy analysis, monitoring.
Why free service? You can't monetize some of your service?
No, those are the, yes, I believe that for you to be a proper innovator, you have to serve to be served.
Okay.
Serve first to be served. That's the secret.
You have been serving.
That's the service, yes.
You have been serving Sadwe Modagwe. When will you be served?
Yes, you are serving me now, but bring me to the Oppo.
Okay.
You are serving, I like it.
Okay.
It's a good one. It does. See, another thing that is happening in Nigeria, all this money, everything money is an evil. We don't want to help. We don't want to do something for the sake of Almighty God. Because God says that have mercy upon people so that you have mercy upon us. Why is it we attach money to everything? That's nothing for us.
Well, but money makes things go round.
Yes.
You need money.
And yes, I need money. But you also have to go with a type of humanity. Kindness, generosity. It's not supposed to be everything. So if everything is monetized, then before you know it, nobody cares what happened to is our neighbor.
Is that where we are now as a society?
Exactly. That's where we are.
Sadwe Modagwe is on State Affairs. Stay tuned.
State Affairs with Edmondo Bilo is live.
The news. Yes, Shibola came back from prison saying that he had a dream encounter with Papa Awolowo. Now let me situate that position. When Abacha came, and Afenifere also came, and we have been holding meetings. In 1995, a meeting was held here in Ibadan at the Premier Hotel. And we said at that meeting, there was a communique at that meeting that we wanted restructuring. We wanted a return to regional government. And there are many people written about that. And when Shibola came back from prison, he said we needed to work hard on this regional government. So we had a caucus meeting in Ibadan, in which Shibola was the chairman, and I was privileged to be the secretary. So that meeting agreed on the restructuring of Nigeria along regional lines. Fortunately for us, General Abacha, as bad as he was, his constitutional conference has already recognized what he called the 6 geopolitical zones. And we believe that was really good enough to start from. So Shifige said, the person who can do this thing best for us was Shifatoni Inoru. Shifatoni Inoru should be invited from abroad to come and lead the campaign so that if he's president, he'll be able to restructure Nigeria along regional lines.
If he becomes president?
Yes.
All right.
And I went to the U.S. and I met Shifi Inoru.
You were one of the young persons who were in love with Bola Ige, right?
Yes.
All right.
And yes.
Look, I saw your name in the list. Go on, sir.
So, and one of our leaders, I believe, Professor Wole Soyinka, also met with Shifi Inoru. Shifi Inoru was not happy with his colleagues. He said what the politician did was wrong. That they should agree on the constitution first before they agree on the transition, not the other way around. There was no constitution at that time. He said, how can you agree on transition without the constitution? So, to quote him, he said, I cannot see any light
ahead of the tunnel. So he refused to return to come and contest for the presidency. And it was after his refusal that Shibolagi decided that he will contest. Luckily for us, the Metropolitan Club in Lagos invited him to come and deliver a lecture. So it was in that lecture that he made the declaration that he will be running for presidency.
Were you one of the editors in the meeting that Uncle Bola called when he returned from prison?
I was closer to Uncle Bola than that.
But were you in that meeting?
No, I was not in that meeting. But we have already discussed it in the caucus.
So he told you about that dream?
Yes, it was a dream.
And was he ready to fulfill that mission?
If he had been president in 1999, I think he would have not to take Yoruba out of Nigeria, no, but to create a regional government. And I believe even now that where we are, if the kind of problem we have in the country, a regional arrangement will be better for this country.
We'll come to that.
Yes.
I'm still on the Bola Ige story. When he revealed that dream to leaders of Afenifere, what happened?
After Chief Inoru said he would not run for presidency, Bola Ige decided to run. And it was part of at that time there was a lot of movement for the formation of political parties.
Yes.
Senator Addison has appointed him and some other leaders to consult other leaders across the country to form political parties. And Bola Ige was going around. But before that time, a meeting was held in Kaduna, attended by Chief Bola Ige and some of the other leaders across the country. It was at that meeting Bola Ige told his colleagues that he would like to be presidential candidate of the Alliance of the new party.
That is with a meeting with the G34?
No, this was after the G34 meeting gave birth to the PDP.
Yes.
In which Bola Ige participated.
And he also pulled out?
Because that was the instruction from Abraham Adesanya.
Was it true that it was clear at that time that some northern forces, led by Abubakar Rimi, wanted Falai to be the presidential candidate of the PDP, not Bola Ige? So for that reason, Bola Ige engineered the pulling out of the Yoruba caucus from the party.
Let me tell you, the withdrawal of Bola Ige and his team was as on the instruction of Baba Abraham Adesanya. There was no doubt about it. Look, unfortunately, Baba Adesanya is late now. Baba Adebayo was fully involved in that, and Shifalai, the two of them are still alive, so they can give better insight into that. But that was what happened.
Then from G34 to APP.
APP was supposed to be the real party. But some people whom our leaders thoroughly disagree with came in to join APP.
People like Shinkafi?
No. Shinkafi was very close to our leadership. They were close. They like Shinkafi. People in Yoruba land came to join APP, and the leadership of Afenifere didn't like that, and they decided that those who collaborated with Abacha should not be in the leadership.
But at that point, Bola Ige was already making headway. I learned they've already been discussions between Bola Ige and Shinkafi.
I don't know whether you can say it was making it, but let me tell you a story. The northern leadership had already agreed that Afenifere should produce the presidential candidate. Therefore, what was delaying in producing a presidential candidate, they were also now meeting with other people. At that time, I was the leader of what we call Idile Oodua. And we also heard about this, that the northern leadership